كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم ربنا لك الحمد بما خلقتنا ورزقتنا وهديتنا وفرجت عنا. اللهم لك الحمد بالإسلام، ولك الحمد بالإيمان، ولك الحمد بالقرآن. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا. اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير. اللهم اجعل أملنا كله صالحا واجعله لوجهك خالصا ولا تجعل لأحد فيه شيئا. Amen Ya Rabbal Alameen. So, with the izan of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, we are going to start Fail Amr today. And subhanallah, it's very exciting and very interesting topic and used a lot in the Quran Pak. So we need to focus a lot over here. Give me one sec. So Fil Amr, as we know that, okay, before we go there, Afal, we know that there is Fil Madi, Fil Mudariya, right? And Fil Amr and Nahi, we can group them together. So when it comes to fail madi mostly used for one time act. Mostly. Okay, because there is nothing 100%. So fail madi mostly its job is that it is going to be used for one time act. Secondly, we when we read Quran and there are ayat of Day of Judgment, what do we see? That fail madi has been used there, right? Why? Why fail madi? These incident didn't happen yet, but fail madi is used for certainty. These event or these um, like like the scenes of Day of Judgment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has painted in the Quran Pak, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using Fil Madi by saying that they are bound to happen, right? So there is no escape from this horrible and terrible event that is going to be on the Day of Judgment, starting from the even Sur, right? So we will see that all these pictures that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us of Day of Judgment, they are all in Fail Madi. By using Fail Madi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that these occurrence is going to happen. There is no escape and they are bound to happen, right? So that is basically for certainty. And then we can see that fail madi can also be used for dua or curse. And very common example, we say jazakallahu khairan kathira, right? So what is jazakallahu? Jaza is literally fail madi over here. This jaza is fail madi. And this is failuhu huwa. Jazakallahu, right? So may Allah reward you, and ka, kuma, kum, kunna, we can all replace with that, right? Depends who we are saying that. So jazakallahu khairan. So may Allah reward you in abundance. And actually it is jazakallahu jazaan khairan kathira, right? So when we are saying jazaan khairan, then it gonna be basically maful mutlaq. So this khairan over here is basically naib anil fil mutlaq over here, right? Because it is basically the sifa of jazaan khairan. So over here we see that fil madi is being used for dua. Then whenever we are talking about companion of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what do we say? Radiyallahu anhu, anhuma, anhum, right? Any version. So radiya. What is radiya? Fil madi. So we are saying that may Allah be pleased with him. Then in Quran Pak we see the example qatala humullah. Qatala humullah. Right? And the literally qatala is fi'l madi. Right? So may Allah kill them, or may Allah not literally kill. This is not qatala. It is like a to fight. So basically, it's for the destruction. May Allah destroy them, and that is talking about munafiqun. Qatalahumullah. So fi'l madi can be used for dua or curse. Then comes fi'l mudariya. Fi'l mudariya is mostly used for present and future events. And second job, we will see that fi'l mudariya is going to be used for continuity. For example, when we say see the ayah in Quran Pak, it says kanu yakfuruna, right? So kana and plus fi'l mudariya is always showing that it is not one time act, rather it was a habit. So they did not rejected the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once or twice, rather it was their habit. Whenever an ayah and sign, a command came, they were always rejecting it. So kana plus yakfuruna. And even if there is not kana, right, still if there was just fi'l mudariya still basically hint to continuity. Then comes fi'l amar and nahi. Fi'l amar and nahi can be used not only because when we say commanding, basically we are saying do this, or if we are forbidding, don't do this, right? So it's not always like we are demanding something, rather sometimes we are just politely suggesting something to someone, right? So for that we are going to use fi'l amar as well. So fi'l amar can be used for suggesting, for advising, for any opinion, even for demanding, and for fi'l talab or dua, which is basically when we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala something, when we are making dua, then we do not call it fi'l amar, rather we say fi'l talab or fi'l dua. Why? Because we cannot command Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So we are requesting, we are begging. So that's why fi'l talab or fi'l dua term we are going to use, inshallah. So now what is commanding and forbidding, and where it is going to happen? So we know that there are three afal basically, mainly fi'l madi, fi'l mudariya, and fi'l amar and nahi. And fi'l amar and nahi basically are going to be used for second person only, and that is for direct commanding or forbidding. And then we will learn that even for indirect commanding or forbidding, it can be used in other sigas as well. So, but mainly commanding and forbidding is related to second person. Which one are the second person sigas? This one over here. Anta tansuru, antuma tansurani, antum tansuruna. Then anti tansurina, antuma tansurani, antunna tansurna. These are the 6 sigas and they are second person. Now for commanding and forbidding, we need to remember that when we were learning the tools that are going to make fi'l mudariya majzoom, what were they? They were in, lam, lamma, and then we have lamul amr, walfal, and then we have li, right? And even we can add la nahiya. Right? So these are few tools that are going to make fi'l mudariya majzoom. And how do we make fi'l mudariya majzoom? Anyone is going to explain me? How do we make fi'l mudariya majzoom? What is the process? Quickly. Or you guys forgot?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, fi'l mudare is divided into 3 groups.
Hmm.
Tama group and Afalul Khamsa group
Hmm.
and Antunna Mabni group.
Hmm.
In the group, we must make Mazum by replacing Dhamma with Sukoon. These are Huwa, Hiya, Anta, Ana, Nahnu. Whereas in Afalul Hamsa group, we drop Noon, Bihatfi Noon, that is called as Bihatfi Noon. We make all these Mazum. And in last um, Mabni group, they remain as such. They
Perfect.
doesn't change.
Perfect. Okay, so now keeping that, if I have to make this anta tansuru in majzoom form, and let's say I'm putting la over here. So what I need to do? La
Tansur.
La Tansur.
Very good. So it will become la tansur, right? Okay, when then we are going to move on to dual group, right? So antuma tansurani is the marfu form. How we can make it majzoom?
Tansura.
By dropping the noon.
Yes, Noon.
So
Bihatfi Noon.
what is, and how do we say that? Fe'lun mudariun majzumun bi
Hasfi
hazfi
Noon.
noon, right? Okay, now we have another third group which is plural over here, and still I see noon. This is from afalul khamsa, right? So same, I need to drop this noon. So felun mudariun majzumun bi hazfi.
Hasfi Noon.
Anti, is that from afalul khamsa as well? Is anti from afalul khamsa as well?
Mm, Tansurina. This is
Yes,
Ya
yes.
Muhataba. Yes, Afalul Hamsa by
Exactly.
dropping on
So it will become anti tansuri.
Tansuri. Ya Muhataba.
Yes, very good. And then antuma again, it is again from afalul khamsa. We are going to drop this noon, right? So la tansurani. And now comes antunna. Since we are saying it is mabni, so even though doesn't matter whatever harf come before it, it is not going to budge. So it will still remain la tang surna.
Surna.
La tan surna. No change gonna come over here because hunna and antunna are mabni sigas. Easy, right? So now let's see the process, and we are going to start with fail nahi, with la nahiya basically. Why? Because this is the easiest one. So we are going to start with forbidding, and that is la nahiya. So for the very first step is that we are going to go to the second person sigas, which is anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, and antunna. These are the 6 sigas that are considered second person. So we are going to go these 6 sigas, right? And then put the fail in the lightest form. We just did, right? So suru will become tansur. And then I need to put just la before it, and that's all. My fail nahi is ready. So it's very easy. And the example we can see over here, wala and la takroba hazihi shajarata. So now there are going to be seen many different kinds of la in Quran Pak, right? How are we going to recognize that this is fail nahi, this is la nahiya? So very simple and very easy step. So after this law, you are going to see a fail mudariya, and fail mudariya is going to be in its majzoom form, and then we are going to label this law as la nahiya. Otherwise, we know that there is simple law, right? The law that does not make any change. And what is the name of this law? La Nafia,
نافية
right? And then we have another law, which is again La Nafia, but we need to add, yeah,
للجنس
very.
للجنس
So La Nafia lil jins. Then we have uh, this La Nahia, right? And then you can also see some La, they just come to emphasize the negation, and that is called La Nafia, because it is doing negation. La Nafia litokidun nafi. Example, very simple example you have seen many times. La Nafia litokidun nafi. La khawfun, right? La khawfun alayhim wala hum yahzanun, right? That could be the example. So that is inshallah for later. But so far we know La Nafia. Now we are learning about La Nahiya, and we are learning about La Nafia too. We already know La Nafia lil jins, right? So over here, since I see my fail mudariya majzoom, right? So that is fail nahi. So this la is La Nahiya, and that's why I see takraba. What is the marfu form of takraba?
أقربان
Yes. So this is from qaraba, from karib, right? Qaraba yak rabu. So what bab it is making?
Abu.
Hmm?
Fatah.
فتح يفتح
Yes, this is fataha. How do I know this is fataha? Because you're gonna check the middle root letters
Middle.
sign,
فتح
right? So middle root letter over here, karaba, fatha, and even in fail mudariya, it is with fatha. So then this is bab fataha, right? If my middle root letter in madi was fataha, but my middle root letter in Mudariya is Dhamma, right? So then what bab it is?
نصر ينصر.
Nasara Yansuru, right? Okay, if my Madi is all Fatha, middle root letter having Fatha, but my in Mudariya, middle root letter taking a Kasra, then Daraba Yadribu. Right? So we need to remember at least that much. So over here, this is Qaraba Yakrabu, right? And what Siga is it? Ta is telling me
أنت
أنتما.
there can be many overlapping over here, at least 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the feminine huma,
Yes.
feminine huma, and then anta, second person, right? Masculine, second person huma, and then again feminine,
أنت.
second person lady, right? So these are the 3 sigas which are similar. So then context can help us out, right? So wala takraba, so both of you do not go close to this shajar, right? So we know from the context that this is the story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, and Hazrat Adam and Hawa, right? Both are being spoken over here, right? So we can take it as a over here homa, the masculine one, because it can be mix and match, right? So both of you do not go close to this shajar. So takraba is felun mudariun majzumun bi hasfi noon bila nahiya, right? So this is how we are going to label. And what is the label for hazihi shajarata? What role it is playing here?
مفعول به.
Yeah, right. But hazihi is not showing me its status, right? Is anything else showing me the status?
شجرة
Hmm.
مضاف
Yeah, shajarata. And what is the connection between hazihi and shajara?
مضاف إليه. No.
بدل
Yes.
بدل منه.
Hmm?
بدل.
اسم الإشارة
مشار إليه.
Exactly.
مشار إليه.
So hazihi is ismul ishara. Hazihi is ismul ishara. And then I have al after ismul
Yes.
ishara, right? So that means this is my musharun ilayhi. And there is another label that musharun ilayhi can take, which is badal,
بدل.
right? So this is badal. And because wala takraba hazihi was good enough, right? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was pointing towards that tree, right? And then shajarata is basically being a substitute. So far so good, easy, right?
الحمد لله.
So this is, I put the chart over here. The first one is marfu one, and the second one you are going to put la before it. And how it is changing the translation, we say anta tansuru, right? We say tansuru, you help, right? But when I say la tansur, I'm saying you do not help, or you don't help, right? Antuma tansurani, you to help, right? So this is a regular sentence, you to help. And when I say la tansura, I am saying both of you do not help. So this is basically a forbidding. So you are not going to help, right? So antum la tansuru, all of you don't help. Tansuri, again, don't help. And the command is to who? To anti. La tansuri. La tansura and antunna la tansurna. We see that it is tansurna is intact. No change happen. Right? So this is how it works. And now let's see some example from the Quran Pak. So the first example we already seen, wala takraba hazihi shajarata. How we are going to label it? We're gonna say la nahiya, right? This is la nahiya. Wow is we can take it as a ataf. And takraba is felun mudariun majzumun bihazfi noon bila nahiya, right? And hazihi shajarata is the mafulun bihi. And then this mafulun bihi, further we have dissected that this is musharun ilayhi. Ash-shajarata is musharun ilayhi for hazihi, and that can be badal as well. And how we're gonna translate? And both of you do not go close or near this tree. Then in the second example, it says fanadaha. What kind of fail we see in nada? Fa, we can take it as a ataf, and nada. Nada. What kind of fail it is?
Nakis.
Yeah, but first of all, fail
From
madi.
three. From three. From three.
Fail madi.
Madi.
Fail madi. The most important thing is fail madi, right? So this is fail madi, and why it is taking a alif over here, but when we write, we basically write with alif maksura. So we need to remember that whenever the fail is ending on alif maksura, and then we have to attach pronoun with it, then basically this alif maksura will open up and stand up tall, right? And that's why we see that this alif is standing tall over here. So fanada, nada is felun madin, and failuhu is the mir mustatir.
Huwa.
Yes. Is the mir mustatir over here? What kind of the mir mustatir? Jawazan, hidden, baris.
Jawazan.
Jawazan, and this is baris or mustatir?
Mustati.
Mustatir, right? Because I do not see any damir muttasil inbuilt pronoun with it, right? So this is felun madin, failuhu huwa, and then fanadaha, then he called, or what is the word?
Hey.
Huh?
Nada.
Fanadaha, like आवाज देने को
Nida.
मरियम अलैहिस्सलाम को बुलाया जा रहा है उस्तादा, उसके
yeah,
रब
but
ने बुलाया उसको.
yeah, so call, the word I think call is for that. So fanadaha, right? So he called, and this nada we said huwa in it.
Addressed.
Yes, addressed, yeah. So nada is huwa, right? And which is referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and ha is referring to Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam, right? So fanadaha, so he called, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called or addressed her. And what did he say? Min tahtiha, from underneath her, right? So meaning the voice came from where? From underneath her. I don't know if she was on the height or where, right? So somewhere from down underneath her. came the voice, and what does the voice was saying? The voice was saying that Allah. Now, what do you see in Allah?
It's
Is
an
that
and
one word?
plus la.
Yes, exactly.
An plus la.
So this is actually un plus la, right? This un plus la, and do we know this un?
Mudmara?
Yeah, we see that not on mudmara, because mudmara
Nasiba.
mean,
Nasiba.
yeah, mudmara mean when it is hidden, it's not seen. But over here we
Oh,
can see, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it
Mastariya.
is. This is basically, the one that makes Mastar Muawwal, right?
Yeah.
So that is the un, basically, can be a Mastar Muawwal, and then we have a la with it. And together we are merging them together, and this is how we get Allah. So Allah tahzani. So the most important thing over here is that I see la, and after this la I need to check that what kind of la is that. So I see fail mudariya, right? And we can see la with fail mudariya, and fail mudariya can be in marfu form, right? Wala hum yahzanun. So la, we see la, and then we see yahzanun, right? Even over here, la ta'lamun in this example. So what do we see? We are seeing fi'l mudariya, but fi'l mudariya is in its marfu form. So can I call this la nahiya? No, right? Over here I see la, and after la I see fi'l mudariya. How do I know this is fi'l mudariya? The beginning, right? But there is some change over here. So I need to take a pause over here, and I need to see what siga is it. So tahzani, what do you guys think? The root letter are ha, zai, and noon. Hazana, hazana, yahzanu. So again, this is bab fataha, and then I see fail mudariya starting with ta. What are the siga which are going to start with ta? It could be hiya version, right? It could be um, all
Ant.
these second person, right?
Anti.
Anta.
Yeah, but we see that, okay, yeah, tahza nina actually over here, right? Because I see, yeah, in other sigas, if we go back over here, in other sigas, so since I see la, right, and after this la I see fail mudariya, and fail mudariya doesn't look like marfu, right? So then my mind should go that that could be fail nahi, that could be la nahiya, and then la nahiya, the direct forbidding gonna happen where? In second persons. So I need to check all my second person sigas, and I can see that, okay, nothing in second person is ending on ya except anti, right? So this that should stand out very easily, that if my siga of fail mudariya majzoom form is ending on ya, then basically this is anti, right? So over here tansur, and then we have antuma, easy, both are tansura, and then we have a plural ending on wow. I can clearly see that this wow is damir muttasil, baris, right? And then tansurna, I can recognize that, okay, this is mabni. So over here tansuri, right? So this ya is basically, we know that this is ya, damir muttasil baris. This is the file basically, and noon is being dropped over here, right? So whenever we're gonna see such situation, right away we need to recognize that actually this is anti. So hazana, yahzanu, this is the form, and from there when we go to anti, it would be tahzanina. And then this is felun mudariun majzumun bi hasfi noon. Felun mudariun majzumun bi hasfi noon. And who is making fi'l mudariya majzum? This la is making fi'l mudariya majzum. So fana daha min tahtiha, and what was the voice saying? That, right? So an is going to be translated as that. La, do not. Tahzani, you grieve. So, O Maryam, you do not grieve. Right? Because she was very upset. She was by herself. She was crying. She was begging, and she was even cursing herself that I would not have seen that day. Right? So she was full of grief that time. And the voice says that do not grieve. And then قَدْ جَعَلَ رَبُّكِ تَحْتَكِ سَرِيًّا. Then good news Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving that underneath you there is a water body, so you can just freshen up yourself. Then in the next one, qala, what
Excuse
kind
me,
of
Ustad.
hmm?
One question. Unmake Madare Mansub, if we consider it is ta is here, then making it Mazum, the ma is dropped and
Unmake.
changes into.
So basically it is going to be Masdar Muawwal over here, right? But who is making this fail mudariya? Okay, if we go that, okay, by dropping noon, it could be mansoob and it could be majzoom.
No, then add ya mutakallim there,
Ustada, क्या नहीं Ustada, please.
या
making
mutakallim.
making it me.
Ustada, Ustada,
जी जी.
मैं बोलूं Ustada इसके बारे
या
में.
go ahead.
हाँ, मेरा भी यही था उस्तादा, मैंने यही सोचा था कि अन हमारा हुर्फ नसब है, तहज़नी इसका मंसूब हो जाएगा. तो मैंने
Yes.
अभी तफसीर देखा है इसी वजह से, तो उन्होंने दोनों लिया है क्योंकि अन हमारा हर्फ नसब है ना उस्तादा. तो एक 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 ग्रामेटिकल का मानना यह है कि अन आकर मस्दरिया और नसब करने की वजह से तहज़नी आकर मंसूब है, और एक ला आकर यहाँ पर नाहिया नहीं बल्कि नाफी है. और एक जो आपने कहा है अन मस्दरिया है और ला नाहिया है, इस वजह से यहाँ पर तहज़नी मजजूम है ला के वजह से. तो एक ग्रामेटिकल एक ए समझा रहे हैं, एक ए समझा रहे हैं उस्ताद.
Okay, perfect. So, but we are going to take the easy way. Okay, since our translation over here is showing us do not grieve, right? So we're gonna just take a easy path over here. So over here we're gonna take it this la as la nafia, sorry, la nahiya, right? And actually then yes it is, because there is an over here and we know that an is going to make it masdar muawwal. So together they are going to be treated as masdar muawwal, right? So for example fanadaha, so he called her, right, min tahtiha, underneath her. And when we call someone, you know that basically we have makulul qawl, right? So when we call someone, the statement is called makulul qawl. In the same way, the nada and there are other some kind of afal which take the give the meaning of calling someone or saying something. So basically, they are called un of quote, right? So you can just, if I just simplify, you can understand like a makulul call, right? Someone is being the exact words actually.
Munada, Ustad? Munada?
No, the actually words, right? So over here these are the actual words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, over here. What were the actual words? Allah tahzani. Right? So that can be called as tafsiriya, or no, there is a certain name for that as well. But we're not gonna go that path, right? So we're gonna keep.
तफसीरिया ही है उसका है।
हाँ,
अन तफसीरिया ही बताया है ये लोगों ने।
या
जब ला नाहिया है तो अन यहाँ पर तफसीरिया है।
हाँ, या क्योंकि वो बिकॉज हम ये सीखेंगे इंशाल्लाह कि देर आर सर्टन अफाल विच गिव दैट मीनिंग्स ऑफ किसी को पुकारना, कहना, तो वो उसके बाद जो एग्जैक्ट वर्ड आते हैं ना, वो उनका बेसिकली उनके एग्जैक्ट वर्ड होते हैं। क्योंकि इन सॉरी, आई एम स्विचिंग टू उर्दू because you know, basically it is saying that there are the exact words, right? We do not have inverted commas in Quran Pak.
Quote unquote, Ustada. Quote unquote.
Exactly, yeah. So we do not have inverted commas in Quran Pak, but that an is basically referring that these are the exact words, right? So, but to keep it simple, we're gonna say that, okay, this la is la nahiya over here, which is making fail mudariya madzum, right? And even the translation is saying that do not grieve. And when it comes to
Can you say this one? Can you take it as like the way we said kola makulun, kol makulun bihi? So that this one we can take it as a makulun bihi.
yeah, so when it is making a master verb, so these are exact words. Yes, they can be basically maf'ul.
Yeah, like instead of he said to her, here he called her. What he called her?
Yeah,
Means what he told her, like.
exactly. Yeah. Right, okay. Okay, so that was it. And then if we want to analyze this one, قَدْ جَعَلَ رَبُّكِ تَحْتَكِ سَرِيًّا, right? So قَدْ harfu tahqiq, right? Ja'ala fi'lun madin, fa'iluhu huwa, and then we have rabbuki, right? Rabbuki. Rabbu is marfu, so that means that can be basically outside file for Ja'ala. So your Rabb has made or appointed or created, right? It could be any meaning. Tahta ki, underneath you, subhanallah, right? Rabbuki, tahta ki. How beautiful are these words? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is attaching her. That is called idafa bit tashrif, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a sharf to Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam by attaching her with him. So Rabbuki, Tahtaki, and then Sariya is the body water. Okay, moving on. Qala, he said, La tuakhizni. So now Qala is fi'l madi. Fa'iluhu huwa. Qala yaqulu. In Quran Pak is being used a lot. So we should know Qala yaqulu is Bab Nasara. Right? So Qala, he said, what did he said? La tuakhizni. You do not take me into account. Right? So after this la, do I see fi'l mudari majzoom? Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So tuakhiz. So this is from akhaza yuakhizu. Akhaza yuakhizu. The base form is akhaza. This is family 1. Akhaza yakhudhu. So this is Bab Nasara. And then we do not have over here akhaza, rather we have akhaza. So that means this is Aslama family, 2 R's together, right? So akhaza, you akhizu, and from that to akhizu, right? So this ta is starting with fi'l mudari is starting with ta, right? So that means, and this is the siga ending on dhamma in marfu form. So what Fi'l mudariya which are ending on dhamma and they have start of ta, right? That could be our hiya, right? Or it could be anta. These are the two sigas possible, right? So over here, the translation is can help us. La tu'akhizni, you do not blame me. It's not saying she. It's not referring to lady, right? So you, that means this is our anta, and we know that this is the these are the sigas which end on dhamma. So when we are making it majzoom, then we are going to end them with sukoon. So qala la tu'akhizni, so you do not hold me accountable, and this ni is maf'ulun bihi over, right? So you don't, and noon was noonul bakaya, and then ya mutakallim with it, right? So you do not hold me accountable bima nasitu, about what nasitu I forgotten. So if I forget something, so please do not hold me accountable for that, right? So do not blame me. So over here, how we gonna say that la is la nahiya and fail mudariya is majzoom bisukun, right? Because this is anta siga, right? Ni is our mafulun bihi, and bima ba is harfu jar, and after that is ma mosula bima nasitu, because of what. So it could be do not hold me accountable because of what I forgot, right? So ba harfu jar, ma is a mosul, right? And then we have a sila. The sila of this ma is our fil madi, right? Tu is referring to ana. So nasiya yansa is the fail. So you please, you do not hold me accountable for what I forgot, and then wala turhikni. So what's going on over here? Again, arhaka yurhiku, because I see you are always going to draw a line, right? If the fail you are not familiar, so you're gonna drop a line and see, okay, because for me I know that this is basically nunul wakaya and ya mutakallim, right? And then you can figure out the root letters. Ra, ha, ka are the root letters. Ta is the sign of mudariya, and since my last letter is ending on sukoon, so that means my fi'l mudariya is majzoom over here. And my fi'l mudariya majzoom with sukoon are only, if we go to second person, only what siga is with sukoon? Anta. Right? So that is very easy to spot that this is basically again anta. So wala turhikni, and you do not cover me in my matters with difficulty, right? So turhikni over here taking the meaning of covering. So you do not cover me, like again the same thing, like blame me, right? And do not cover me in my matters with difficulty. So basically, do not put me in difficulty, it is saying, right? So do not put me in difficulty. So again, ni is mafulun bihi over here. Min is harfu jar. Amri is ism majroor. So min amri could be our MBF related to turhikni. Over here, bima nasitu, the whole thing was related to tuakhizni, right? So again, that was MBF. I mean, amri is MBF, right? And usran, basically telling the condition how, right? It is giving the answer of how. So do not put me in my matters. In what condition? In difficulty, right? So that could be basically the hal of it. Inshallah, we are going to keep learning these things, okay? So do not get overwhelmed that, okay, I'm not able to spot hal or all that stuff. Inshallah, soon we are going to learn more about them. Okay, next come Qala. He said, li kullin. So li harfu jar, kullin is a majroor. Li kullin di fun. So for every, for each one, or for everyone, di fun. What is di fun mean? Over here, double, right? Meaning it is, I think, the ayah that they were saying that, oh, because they have misled us, so you give the double of punishment to these people. But what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, that for each one of you, because that was your choice that you follow them, right? So that is your fault. So if for each is the punishment is double, وَلَكِنْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ, but you do not know, right? So over here, do we see this la? We see this la over here, but we see fi'l mudari marfu, right? So it's not majzoom. So I cannot call this la as la nahiya, rather it is la nafi, right? So we are going to see a lot of laws in Quran Pak, so we need to keep an eye on them. What kind of law is it? Some more example over here, wattaqu. So this is Amar, and inshallah that is our next classes. So wattaqu meaning you all adopt taqwa. Taqwa of what? Of that day, right? So you all adopt taqwa. I'm saying off that day because this is basically the problem of English translation, but it should not be like I'm not making it mudaf ilayhi, rather adopt taqwa of our day, right? So this is adopt taqwa of what? So this is actually maful over here, right? And yom is always a zarf, right? So this is basically a zarf over here, but in translation you might see that we have to translate like a often we need to bring. So you adopt taqwa yawman a day la tajzi. So I see la, right? I see fi'l mudariya after it, but I need to check, is that fi'l mudariya marfu or majzoom? So basically jaza yajzi. Jaza yajzi, right? It's supposed to be yajziyu, but we don't say yajziyu, we say jaza yajzi. So now we can easily spot, right? So yajzi instead of yajzi, it is tajzi, right? So what is the siga? Here. Why here? Because I see outside door over here nafsun, right? Yeah. So this is la nafiya, right? Not nahiya, nafiya. Why? Because after that fi'l mudariya is marfu. Is tajzi marfu? Do not confuse it with anti. Okay, what would be the anti version?
Zina.
Tajzina. Yeah, tajzina, and then you know that noon is being dropped, so it can be confusing.
Yes, yeah.
Right? It can be confusing. So, but then you are going to take the help from the context.
So, Ustada, will it be like ya with a shadda then? If it's like anti?
Why shadda?
Because
No,
it's
Ustada,
auntie will not take outside work. That was
Yeah, exactly. But if we are not by first look, right, you can be confused, but you need to figure it out that, okay, why it is, I'm not going to take this as anti, rather I'm going to take it as a hiya, because I can see outside doer, right? So outside doer, nafsun is outside doer. So that is telling me that this is the hiya version, right? So you need to adopt the qua of the day. La tajzi nafsun, no soul is going to avail or uh, give any benefit an nafsin to other soul shay'an at all. What that day is
Is this
about?
La Nafi Jins?
No, why la nafi jins? La nafiya lil jins only come with ism. And you are going to see that ism in nasab in status and light in status, right? La raiba.
Okay.
Always remember the example of la raiba fihi. Very easy example, right? La raiba. What do you notice in la raiba?
In ism following La, and it is in a substatus.
Exactly, and it is light. It's not la raiban, right?
Jazakallah.
Yeah, so this is how we are going to recognize la nafiya to lil jins. Never ever la nafiya to lil jins can be seen with fail. Never ever. Okay, so over here, since this is a fail, so that's why we are not going to make any confusion over here with la nafiya to lil jins. Rather, this is simple la nafiya. So what gonna happen on that day? And subhanallah, you can see I mentioned many times, that's why I'm mentioning over here that yawman is common ism, right? Common ism followed by something. It could be one single ism, or it could be a jumla, or it could be a just shibu jumla, meaning jar majrur or jar fragment. It could be the sifa of it. Do you think that la tajzi nafsun an nafsin is describing that day?
Yes.
yes, Ustada, yes.
Yes.
Right? So this is basically the sifa. The whole sentence, La tajzi nafsun an nafsin shay'an, is describing Yoman, and that is the example of complex sifa. Everyone got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you all fear the day on which I can use, right? The day on which no soul would be helpful or would be able to give any benefit or would be able to avail other soul at all. Subhanallah. Clearly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying over here. Then we cannot say, okay, there is someone, my parents are very righteous and they can help me out. No, at first place, you need to qualify for Jannah. And then if your parents or your family's rank was higher, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by His mercy, can approve your level as well, right? But it's not like you are in Jahannam and then we are expecting that, okay, someone was righteous and that can be helpful. No. And that is again, it's not my place to say anything. But then by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we know that even if someone has a zarra barabar, like a atom level iman, then even from Jahannam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in people's heart, and they are going to ask about that person, and they might be taken out. And even Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam Shafa gonna do that the same, right? So many people are going to be taken out from the hellfire even, right? But we should not be being lazy and just thinking that okay, doesn't matter for few days or few for a little bit, if I can be there, and then eventually we are Muslim and we are going to be in Jannah. That should not be our aim. Aim should be that at first place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be happy with us, right? So wattaku yawman la tajzi nafsun an nafsin shay'an, and then subhanallah wala yuqbalu minha shafa'atun. Right? Again akbala yukbilu, but over here this is yukbalu. We didn't do majhul yet, but this is majhul, right? So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that no shafa'atun is not going to be accepted, right? So it's not showing that who is not going to accept, right? Actually this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is not going to accept, right? So but doer is not mentioned over here, and that is majhul, and that is inshallah later. So wala yukbalu minha shafa'atun, no shafa'a is going to be accepted from it, minha. And what is this ha referring to? Nafsun.
Nafsun.
Subhanallah, right? So no shafa is going to be accepted from the soul, from any soul basically, right? Allahu Akbar. Wala yukhazu minha adlun, and neither there is going to be taken as adal. In Urdu we think that adal means justice. Over here it's not saying justice, rather it means compensation, right? Over here in this dunya, if someone is being caught for a crime, so they can compensate, right? We know under the table things happen a lot. So there is some kind of compensation over here. But on that day, there is not going to be any compensation. Subhanallah, another ayah over here I can think in Surah Al Imran, which tells us the value of our iman, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that even though if they are going to offer me the compensation, and what is the compensation? That the whole earth, the earth that we did not even explore completely yet, right? That is the first layer of the earth that we are on, and we did not even comprehend or know the whole earth yet. And there are 7 earth, same like the 7 skies, right? So if someone is offering the earth filled with gold on that day for the compensation that they can be out of the hellfire, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it is not going to be accepted from them. Allahu Akbar. This is the value of our iman, and how easily we are throwing our iman here and there for these petty things. Subhanallah. Wala hum yunsarun, and they are not going to be helped. Again, yunsarun, that is majhul, and they are not going to be helped. So our time is up, inshallah. We're going to stop over here. And what is your homework? Your homework is these 2 slides. So we already did this one. So you are going to label them, review them, right? Master them, because next class we are going to finish this topic, and we are going to start the commanding as well, inshallah. So, and we need to master this concept, because in Quran Pak you see this a lot. So inshallah. With that, we can end our session. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim wa nafani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa zikril hakim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifuna wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.